And now it's time for the Beach Patrol Report, brought to you by McCann Realtors of Sea Isle City, 4111 Landis Avenue in Sea Isle. Knowledge, experience, integrity, and dedication for rental and sales. Call 609-263-7422 and go online at McCannRealtors.com, where you can also keep up with all the South Jersey lifeguarding news and racing schedules. And by the Ocean City Beach Patrol Lifeguard Alumni Association, celebrating 125 years protecting beachgoers. So that's how long you've been on the patrol, McShane? 125 years?
In fact, this year is the 50th anniversary of my rookie year in Ocean City as a guard.
God. And I might as well tell the story since your wife is in here, Rose.
Sure.
I was your mascot on 26th Street.
That's correct.
Where you met Rose.
That's correct.
And I was at your wedding.
Yes.
I was there from the inception.
And you've been there the whole way. In fact, you could say you're responsible for this. Yeah, and you remember who my partner was?
Yeah, it was Stefanik.
Tom Stefanik, the Loon, as we called him.
Yeah.
He's in town this weekend.
All right. Oh, is he really?
Yeah.
Loon sent a shout out to the Loon.
Yeah.
All right, John McShane, we got the race schedule in front of us, and we're going to go over some of the highlights, some of the bigger races, and we'll get you to talk about that. But before we do that, last week our phone lines were down. We weren't able to talk with the new chief of the Ocean City Beach Patrol. Let's go to the Maserati, the Mainline Sports Hotline, and welcome into the locker room the new chief of the Ocean City Beach Patrol. I've known him for a long time. He's a good guy, Erick Becker. Good morning, Erick.
Good morning, gentlemen. How are you?
Erick, I was really excited and ecstatic to hear that you were promoted, because I know that that you bleed OCBP, baby.
That's true. I don't know if anybody loves the Ocean City Beach Patrol more than me.
Well, I don't know. There's one guy sitting right next to me, John McShane. I think he has a big his heart swells for Ocean City Beach Patrol.
We're in it together. We're in it together, Erick.
I know that.
All right, Erick. So, Erick, we've talked about this several times. The torch has been passed to other beach patrols. Ocean City was a powerhouse in all the racing for many years, and of late they've kind of fallen off. There's the times have changed, and the Ocean City Beach Patrol has gotten away from the boats. And you and I were talking the other day about that. What are you going to do? What are you going to try to do to get Ocean City back to prominence in out-of-town racing?
Well, I'll tell you, Bill, we have a lot of really good athletes this year, and there's a number of some seasoned guards. Some guards that have been with us for 5, 6, 7 years that have really stepped up to the plate and won a row. So we are trying to make it as easy as we can for them to train, because as you probably know, it's all about training. Yeah. It's getting out there, getting in the boats.
Hey, Erick, I know I spoke to you during the week, and you got a couple of things that you're doing to get some of these guards into racing. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Well, I think we were talking about that we do have a rowing clinic for any of these guards that want to step up and row and be competitive. We're staging clinics in 3 different spots for the island to make it accessible for them to get in there and learn the basics about rowing. So that's one of the steps that we're doing. We have intercity competitions like most beach patrols do. But this year, for anybody...
Well, it looks like we lost Erick Becker, but I'll finish since he spoke with me about it.
Yes.
So when they have their intercity races, whoever wins, they'll put the boat on their beach.
On their beach, yeah.
And that person will be able to work out, and he'll have the boat right at his disposal.
Right. That's a great idea. Well, I think he was going to go into what I talked about several weeks ago was the boats now are basically at the headquarters. So,
all right, you back, Erick?
Yeah.
Okay, we lost you for a second. So go ahead, finish your thought.
Well, that's exactly it. We only have so many boats, Bill. I believe it's about 13, and they are located at each of our tents, which would be 1st, 12th, 34th, and 59th Street. So that's it right now.
Now, Longport, Margate, Ventnor, Brigantine's got a great crew this year. They're going to be a formidable opponent. Of course, you always have Avalon that's always in the mix. But I'll tell you what, we've been doing the Beach Patrol report since the inception of my show, And I got to tell you, and John will agree to this. The competitors are fierce. I mean, there's some great competition in these races.
Yeah, well, you're going to see our guys coming out this year. They're pretty fierce. They've got the eye of the tiger. So we're expecting to do well this year.
That's good to hear, Eric. I know now you guys are, you said you have some experience, folks, to do this, but you're a pretty young patrol at the time. So this would be a good opportunity to enlist all the help you can to get these younger men and women interested in this, because I think once they see it, once they get out there a little bit, once they get a taste for it, it's a very infectious feeling. They'll want to do more. So hopefully you got some good 16, 17, 18-year-old men and women who want to get involved in this.
Well, you're exactly right about that, John. They are very young. The majority of the staff that we have are under 18 years old. So we do need to give them the exposure of it and see where it takes them. But I'm happy to say this year we do host the women's race on July 19th, I think the date is. And we will be using boats in that competition. Last year we did not. This year we are. So
yeah, that's Wednesday, July 19th. We're talking with the newly minted chief of the Ocean City Beach Patrol, Erick Becker. Now, Eric, you've been around Ocean City for a long time. You got two guys on the Beach Patrol this year. I want to make sure you keep your eye on them. Cody and Colin Schweim.
I know the two that you're talking about, and you know what? I really like those kids. So they better not let their chief down. That's all I got to say.
They better not. Now, I got to tell you, Eric, I was full disclosure, I was John McShane's mascot, and I learned from the best. There's a philosophy of running a clean beach, keeping your crowd together, working the whistle, making sure that you get established as this is how you want the beach run. It's not, you just don't go out there and sit on a stand. There's a lot more into it than just sitting there getting a suntan.
Yeah, absolutely, Bill. And, this is my first year in charge, but I worked it in the 80s when there was a boat on every beach, and I know the way that I was taught to lifeguard, which is the way that it should be. So we're getting back to that. Those minimal standards that you expect and the tourists expect, you'll be seeing that being done this year.
Well, Eric, listen, man, we really appreciate you taking time. I know you're working right now. Thank you so much, and we're looking forward to a great summer and great things from the Ocean City Beach Patrol the summer of 2023. Thank you, Eric.
Well, Bill, one more thing. I want to make a shout out to the Alumni Academy. They are stepping up for us, too. Anytime that any of our guards need assistance, they're more than willing to come in and assist, which is great. Thank you.
And as you know, the Ocean City Lifeguard Beach Patrol Alumni Association is one of the sponsors here this year for the Beach Patrol Report, so we thank them for that. All right, Eric, enjoy the rest of your day. There he is. There's Erick Becker on the Maserati of the Mainline Sports Hotline. Great guy, John.
Yes, and he's got a job. He knows what to do,
right?
Which is important.
Well, he said that he's been, he grew up in Ocean City.
Yeah.
He grew up on the beach. He's an old school guard.
Right.
And I think that's what Ocean City needed in that spot.
I
mean, I know Jack Brooks.
I agree.
You guys are all,
yeah, we
on
have
the same page with that.
We have, as he mentioned, we pledged our assistance in any way, shape, or form that we can do it. If these kids are interested, we're there to help.
All right. We got Erick Becker on the other side of the break. We're going to talk with a lieutenant of the Avalon Beach Patrol, Erick Wolfe, because the southern beaches, they're going to be doing, they got their own event coming up on the 21st, I believe it is.
Yep.
The Kerr Memorial. We'll talk to him on the other side. I want to remind people, for 83 years, the Circle Liquor Store has offered the best selection of beer, wine, and spirits in South Jersey. It's a stone's throw away from Ocean City. It's a landmark with a friendly staff. It's no wonder why Circle Liquors was named Best of Philly, Best of Atlantic City, with the most competitive prices around. Circle Liquor Store is now a proud sponsor of the second hour of the Locker Room with Billy Schweim. Throwing a party, a wedding, the 4th of July is right around the corner. Let Chet and his staff make sure you have everything you need. Check out their website at circleliquors.com or give them a call at 609-927-2921. That's Circle Liquor Store. Get down there and tell Chet we sent you. There's a new wind blowing in Maserati, the Mainline. The all-new Maserati Gregale midsize SUV has officially arrived. Stop by Maserati, the main line located in Devon, PA, just minutes away from Center City, Philadelphia, to experience it for yourself. With class-leading space, advanced driving, and technology features, the Gregale makes every journey a thrilling experience. From your daily commute to weekend road trips, the Maserati Gregale elevates every moment into something truly special. Test drive the all-new Gregale for yourself and experience how it makes every day exceptional. Visit them online at motml.com or give them a call at 484-804-4800. That's 484-804-4800. Ask for Michael Pileggi to schedule your test drive today. All right, when we return, we'll go down to Avalon and talk with Lieutenant Erick Wolfe. You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schweim, John McShane, and Josh Henning right here on 97.3 ESPN.
Now, more of The Locker Room with Billy Schweim on 97.3 ESPN and the 97.3 ESPN free mobile app.
All right, we're back broadcasting live at the Toms River Auto Group studio right here in Northfield. Billy Schweim, John McShane, the old salt, as we're in the middle of the Beach Patrol report, brought to you by McCann Realtors of Sea Isle City and the Ocean City Beach Patrol Lifeguard Alumni Association. Now, John, we started with Brigantine, and we did Ventnor and Ocean City. We're working our way south, and the name Wolfe is synonymous in South Jersey lifeguarding. They've been around for a long time. Very long time.
Yeah.
But our next guest, he's one of my favorite guys. Okay, when he was racing, always gave me great access, but gave us great insight.
Very accommodating. Right. Yes, very knowledgeable.
Great guy. Let's go to the Maserati, the Mainline Sports Hotline, and welcome in Lieutenant from the Avalon Beach Patrol, Erick Wolfe. Good morning, Erick.
Billy, John, good morning, guys. Good to be with you.
Good to see you, Erick Wolfe. As we're streaming live on my StreamYard, go to my website, The Locker Room, Billy Schweim. Scroll down to where we're broadcasting live on the YouTube channel. Erick, it was good talking to you. I know every time when I start talking to you, I know summer's right around the corner, and we can't wait for the racing season to start. But you're not going to be racing this year, you said, competitively, because of you're going for your master's degree, but you're one of the good guys of all the beach patrols, and always enjoyed interviewing you.
Hey, Billy, I always enjoyed being interviewed by you, so I'll be finishing up my doctorate this coming fall.
Wow, your doctorate.
So I'll have to spend a little time at Seton Hall this summer, but don't worry, you're going to see me around the races plenty, and certainly we're all excited about what's to come this summer.
Erick, I know you're one guy that prepared. How much did you row, like when you're rowing competitively, on an average day, or take us to an average week? How much do you row? How much time do you spend in the boat?
A lot. So if you are serious and you really do have your heart set on winning the South Jersey, you need to build your summer around it. And one of the things that I learned very quickly was if you want to have success, you got to get down there early in the morning before work, get a row in, get a workout, and you just never know what's going to happen. Your day gets busy, weather rolls in, so you want to get that workout in before work, before you go on the clock. And I really believe that was key to my success over all those years. I prepared early in the morning and got things done, and then I was ready to rock and roll on Friday night for the races.
And John, we see, all these beach patrols like Longport with McGrath and Duffy. Ventnor's got the Funk, Margate.
Yeah, those guys, they know what it takes. Those guys are out there.
The Seville brothers and Brigantine, the Wolves down there in Avalon.
Right.
And Avalon, the competitiveness of these races is the athletes are unbelievable.
And as he said, he gets down there early, he gets started. It starts now.
It starts now.
We're in late.
You're not taking the summer off.
If you're starting now in late June, you're a little bit behind, right, Erick? You got to get
exactly.
You got to get it going in the month of May.
Once you get out of school, college, high school, you got to get down there right away in late June, and because once those races start, as you guys know, they come quick. So you got to get down there. You got to get a lot of training in early in the week, and then get a little bit of rest toward the Friday night, and then be ready to rock and roll for showtime.
It's almost like you have to be race ready by early July because there are so many races. And as you know, I was a competitive swimmer. Racing interferes with training somewhat, so you've got to have you have to have your base pretty much completed by the time you get into the early part of July.
Exactly, John. And another thing, there's just so many races now, which I think is a great thing. I think that it's fantastic that all these towns they have their own races, and certainly we compete in many of them. But you really do need to pick the races that you want to go after. The races early in the summer, I would just train right through those with my eyes set on the Kerr Memorial that we have here in Avalon in late July and early August from year to year. And then certainly the ultimate race, which is the South Jersey. That's the big one. That's the one that you want to win. And, I had great examples on my beach patrol growing up. Craig Whitehead, who's sitting right next to me right now in the truck out here on patrol.
Another great guy down at Avalon.
Yeah, you had him on the show last year. He won 3 South Jerseys. John Glom, 3-time South Jersey champ. His kids are on the beach patrol now. So, seeing those guys growing up and seeing the regiment that they put themselves through, when I got on the beach patrol in the summer of 1999, wow. I certainly decided that, I wanted to be a part of this. And I worked very hard to achieve what I did.
We're talking with Lieutenant of the Avalon Beach Patrol, Erick Wolfe. Now, John, let's look at some of the races because on July 7th, it all starts with the Mike McGrath Memorials in Longport, which is like the NFC because that's just for the Atlantic County, right?
Right.
And then you have the Cape May County Lifeguard Championships in the Crest. That's the AFC.
Right. And Avalon will obviously be there. Plus, I was going to ask Eric about the Kerrs. You're having them this year, again, on the same night as the AC Classic.
That's another AFC, NFC.
What are your events for that night?
So we do the 3 South Jersey events. So we'll go the doubles, the swim, the singles. We then have the Ironman relay, which is a team combination of a runner will start off. A swimmer will go first. So the swimmer will do a short swim course. He'll come in, tag a runner. The runner will run an 800-yard course, and then he'll tag a doubles team, and the doubles crew will go out there and row to a sprint singles flag and then come on in. And then we'll have a surf dash relay. So there's 5 events for the Kerr Memorial.
Sounds like a pretty full evening.
Yeah, it is. And we'd be remiss if we didn't say that not only is the racing good, you guys provide a service. You protect the bathers, and that's the most important part of your job. I know that you guys had your rookie test. Tell us how many new guards did Avalon put on and some of the things that you need to know about being sunbathing and bathing in Avalon.
Yeah, so we have 120 some lifeguards now, so we're in good shape with employees. We got a lot of great kids working for us. We hired about 40 to 50 new guards this summer. We do have a lot of turnover here in Avalon from year to year. But my brother Matt, who's taken us his 3rd year as the chief, he's done a very good job of recruiting and getting the word out and getting people down here. So we have 23 beaches open. It's a beautiful beach day here in Avalon. Craig and I are sitting on the beach right now. So we haven't had a whole lot of good beach weather so far this summer, but I think that's going to change very soon, and today looks pretty good.
And, of course, you got a good swimmer down there. Is Grisbaum coming back? Nolan Grisbaum?
So, Dolan Grisbaum, who we just call him Clark Griswold. He's
one heck of a swimmer, though.
Yeah, he doesn't swim like Clark Griswold. He swims a little faster. But he'll be back on July 1st, so, we're excited to see him back in town, and, we'll see what happens.
All right, Erick Wolfe, listen, man, you tell Mr. Whitehead next to you I said hello, and we look forward to seeing you guys at the races.
Absolutely. Bill, John, thank you for having me.
All right, Eric.
Anytime, you guys do a great job for us covering all the races, and we look forward to another great summer.
All right, there he is, a lieutenant of the Avalon Beach Patrol, Erick Wolfe, on the Maserati, the Mainline Sports Hotline. You did ask him about some of the events in the race, the Kerr Memorials, but there are. So this year there's 2 races where it's NFC, AFC on July 7th and then again on the July 21st, which happens to be my birthday.
That's right. Yeah, well, I talked to Chief Buddy Johnson the other day from Wildwood Crest. Of course, they've been the longtime host of the Cape May Counties, and this year will be the 39th annual Cape May Counties. Now, it's early, and, of course, you can do more events this time of year because you've got the daylight.
Right.
So their events for that night are doubles row, which men and women can participate, paddleboard, and swim. And they're all box courses, so you can see from the beach what's going on. And then they have a female only paddleboard and female only swim event, singles row, and then the surf dash relay, of which there are 5 team members, but one of them has to be a female. You can have more than one,
so, John,
at least one.
That's a great segue to what I might want to ask you on your feelings of this. Nowadays, women are on the beach patrol about as much as the men. It's 50-50, I believe, or maybe a little less. Why don't incorporate in some of these races men and women in one race, like a relay?
Well, they
That would
are.
really, I mean,
yeah, they do. Like, if, for instance, later on, if we get time, hopefully we'll have. I talked to Chief Erick from Brigantine.
Yeah.
They are 28% female on their
Right.
beach patrol right now.
I think Ocean City's like 30, 33.
Yeah, that would sound about right.
Yeah.
So yeah, but they're coming out. They're working hard, and there are 3 races that are dedicated to female competitors alone.
Right.
Longport, the Ocean City
The
race, and of
Longport
course,
Women's Invitational. That's on Tuesday, July
Right.
11th.
and there's some different events there too. Of course, they're going to go with the traditional singles double swim, but they also throw in a paddleboard and again a surf dash relay. So you're trying to encompass all the skills of swimming, rowing, running, paddleboard. A lot of patrols are using the paddleboards now, of course, and the surf dash relay. All guards have to be able to do a surf dash.
And it's a
'cause that's
fun.
how you
It's a,
save
look,
victims.
it's a fun evening on the beach watching for free.
Absolutely.
Watching these
Right.
excellent competitors, athletes race.
A lieutenant of mine once said famously that being a lifeguard is the closest thing that most of us will ever be to being a professional athlete because we're actually
Yeah.
being paid to stay in shape.
Right. Absolutely. I'm looking forward to it. If you want the race schedules up on my website, go to the Beach Patrol Report, and you'll see the South Jersey Lifeguard Chiefs Association race schedule for the entire season. But there's a lot of events, John McShane.
There's a ton of events. And I want to go back to something Eric said about his events for the Curs. They're throwing in different things here and there, but you notice that Avalon sticks with the 3 basics.
Yes, I did notice that.
And why is that? Because they know what the end goal is
Right.
at the end of the year. You're like the Longport, the McGrath races.
That's just 3.
That's the 3 races.
Yeah.
Now, at one time, they had a nice twist to it in which each patrol entered 5 swimmers,
Right.
which would show off your depth.
Right. That's right.
But it's the basic 3, and we do the paddleboard, surf dash relay, we do box swims, we do box runs all during the year. But when you come down to it at the end of the year, what are you doing? Singles, double swim.
Singles, double swims. And, of course, on Friday, July 28th, the Dutch Hoffmans in Wildwood, that's when it really starts picking up. Like I said, when you get to that point, there's 3 races in a row. The Dutch Hoffmans, the Margate Memorials on August 4th will be broadcasted live. John McShane again there. And then on Friday, August 11th, the South Jersey Lifeguard Championships, that will be broadcasted live from there.
Right. And Margate will be hosting, of course, the South Jerseys. They were the winner last year. That's the winner's prerogative. You get to host the race the next year. So that's 3 Friday nights in a row. If you're looking for something to do, there's plenty of action. John McCann nicknamed that the Big 3 many, many years
The
ago.
Big 3.
And basically that's what it is because everybody will be there. With the Curs and the AC Classic the same night, you're going to be splitting.
It's a AFC, NFC, basically.
Pretty much
South,
Calumet
North, and
County
South, yep.
and Atlantic
That's
County.
kind of cool. They're starting a tradition down there.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
and then when you get to the Dutch Hoffmans, everybody comes together.
Yeah,
and
I mean,
you'll see what you got.
Even like for the last number of years, even Cape May Point,
Right.
the women's challenge.
Yeah.
Right. Combination of running, swimming, and paddleboard. And we were down there a couple of years ago to watch that. That's a tough event
gonna-
because
are
of
we
the
gonna-
different currents down there.